Plenty of moves that actually happened in Major League Baseball over the weekend, including the New York Yankees making a move, get Jameson Taillon. So he was a guy, they already had Corey Kluber. Brad Hand, who the Indians turned down a one-year, $10 million offer sheet. Instead, he goes to the Nationals. He gets another $500,000. 1 year, $10.5 million. He goes to Washington. Taillon now with the Yankees. Adam Ottavino, wearing zero. This guy was a great piece of that bullpen. He now goes to the Red Sox. That's right. The Yankees trade him to the Red Sox. And Kike Hernandez, 2 years, $14 million. He leaves Los Angeles. This guy can play anywhere on the diamond, and he goes to Boston. 4 moves, Cliffy. Which one stands out for you?
I'm going with Kike Hernandez. I love him. I think it's going to be a glaring hole for the Dodgers as far as just how big he is for Dave Roberts and where he can put him, in that lineup consistently. And I say lineup, in every position other than catcher. I mean, the man can do it all. So when you talk about, guys that's irreplaceable, I think Kike for a team like the Dodgers. When you look at, having depth, well, you don't need as much when you have a guy like him. So I think it's a big dub for Boston and an L for the Dodgers because he's a key piece to them winning that chip.
They also got Garrett Richards as well, so that will help their rotation as well. He's a guy who still throws 96. I'm intrigued by the Taillon move because this is a guy, a lot of hype around him. It was him and Garrett Cole together. Taillon now has had Tommy John twice.
Right.
But 2018, he had 191 innings, 179 strikeouts. Now, he last pitched in 2019, 4.1 ERA, 7 starts. He hasn't pitched a lot, but if he can get back on that horse, his stuff plays, and he could be a nice piece for the Yankees.
Yeah, he could be, and I think, the biggest thing when you talk about his stuff is, how you gonna go about that. What plays when you get to camp. All the things in the offseason are good, right? Because you're talking to a guy that was hurt his whole career, so I know a little bit about the training room and about the unfortunately. But it's just one of those things where you just don't know what you're going to get. Yeah. And I think you do take a flyer and you do take an opportunity to bring them in and see what he has, prospects and things like that. Bright likes big cities, so he's going to have to amp his mindset up pitching in the Bronx. But it's one of those things where, you want to get him away from what he does first when he walks in that training room. Go to the training, when he walks in that locker room, is go to the training room.
Right.
Once you get that right frame of mind, then you can see what you have in a guy
You're healthy,
like him.
now we're good, let's figure this out. And he's also Canadian, so that's great.
Does that work?
Big weekend over the weekend, not just involving the NFL, but Tom Brady, that's right, he was a former Montreal Expo draft pick, okay? Forget about the football. He was drafted by the Expos back in 1995, Cliff's former team. And he
1995? Hey.
Back in your heyday.
How was it?
Patrick Mahomes, because his dad played Major League Baseball. Mahomes wins the AFC Championship. It's because of his dad. You always see him throwing sidearm because his dad taught him how to throw sidearm. Of course, it's a baseball throw. He's playing second base. And then Kevin Millar, shirtless, well, not on the course. He finished 15th. The 1-5 finished 15th at Diamond Resorts. That's good stuff for Millar.
Now, how does he make it on this on the tube with those two guys? Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes Jr. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, not Jr., but, we talked about his dad. And then Kevin Millar. Like, that just don't. And then look at. You made it too, bro?
I was undrafted, but I appeared on upwards of 4 podcasts. So I was getting around this weekend. It's a big weekend for me with the MLB Network mask on. And how about Cliff? What was Cliff up to this weekend?
Hey, look at that space, though.
You finally took down the Christmas lights.
Look, if y'all can't do a better pitch than that, dog, I was mad right there. I struck out, bases loaded.
That's the best picture we have of Cliff.
That's the best pick y'all got for your boy.